So in this segment, we're going to talk about trend change pattern searches using the scan tool and the radar screen. Okay, so I have the standard scan tool loaded here. And if we go look at the settings, you will see here that I am looking for a rally, base drop, drop, base drop. I've got that set to true, and they can't be separated by more than 4 candles. And then I've got a drop base rally, rally base rally. That's true. And I've got the separation on that also set to 4. I do want to show you this over here under style. For pattern time, I've found it's easier if you match that to the 24-hour clock, because that's what you see when you put a vertical line over here. And since the radar screen is in local time, I did set my chart up to be local time instead of exchange time. And you can see that I have the standard chart tool loaded. In both cases, you have to, in order for the patterns to show correctly, the settings for the patterns have to be identical. And at this point, I have all the pattern settings set to default. And let me just show you where those are real quick here. So when you look down here at pattern settings, these are all set to default. And it is the same way on the chart tool as well. So you can see here that I have a pattern that shows on 9/10/21. Now understand, the scan tool is going back and it's finding you the most recent occurrence of that pattern. And that pattern could now be a broken band. So I did have broken bands turned on my chart. You can see these magenta bands here. Now, this is a really good example here on the Canadian dollar, because it says a supply pattern is found, right? And when I put the line here at the 1400 mark, like it says here, I can see that I have a drop base drop. But this pattern here is not a rally base drop, it's a rally base rally. But if I look here, because I have overlapping bands turned off, in other words, if bands overlap, I do not see them. The tool did not draw this, but the scan tool actually sees it. So if I go and I turn on the overlapping bands, and I will show you where that is. It's right here. I'm going to change this to true, and then you'll actually see that that is a valid pattern. So now you can see, so when I turn the overlapping bands on, that this does work out to be a rally base drop followed by a drop base drop. So that does meet our supply pattern found. So that's how this works. So you may decide that, hey, if I have a pattern on the chart and it's an older pattern and it is already, the band's already broken, I don't even care to see it. So, you know, if you just go and turn your broken bands off, then you wouldn't even see those, and you would only see when you go to your chart. If you don't see anything, then you know that happened in the past and you're not interested in it. So you can go turn that off. But you might if you're looking at some stuff, historical information to assess your trading plan or whatever, you might want to turn those on. So that's how you can do the compound patterns for the trend change. And we'll be talking about some ways to put in custom patterns in a future video.